Welcome to Joy's Tech. In this video, we are going to code together Python program to find the largest number in a list. You are going to learn 3 methods to find the largest number in a list, and each method is necessary for you to learn. So watch this video till the end. Let's get into coding the program without further ado. In this program, we'll be taking all elements of the list from the console and then finding the largest number of that list. So for that, within the main method, we'll first initialize an empty list and we'll call that li. So it will be li equals to square brackets, empty square brackets. Okay. Then we'll write the input function within which we will write a message, enter the number of elements of the list. Okay. Basically, we'll be first entering the number of elements we want in the list. That number we'll store in a variable num underscore list. Okay, and we'll have to typecast this into integer because input function always returns a string. After receiving the number of elements of the list, the program needs to ask the user to enter elements of the list one by one. So for that, we'll run a for loop that is going to run from 1 to number of elements entered. So it will be for I in range 1 comma num underscore list plus 1. Within the for loop, we'll write the input function. So it will be input, and within its brackets, we'll write a message, enter the element. We will have to typecast it into integer as well. Like I said earlier, input function always returns a string. Now the element taken will be stored in a variable, and that variable will be called list underscore le. Alright, now we are going to use the append function to add the entered element, this entered element stored in list underscore le, to the list. So it will be li, which is of a list dot append, and within its brackets we are going to pass list le. There you go. This is going to create the list li for us, whose elements will be entered from the console. The first method and the simplest method is to use the built-in max function to find the largest element from the given list. For that, we are going to define a function. We'll call it fmax, and it's going to accept one argument, which will be our list, and we'll call it li. Within the body of this function fmax, we are going to declare a variable which we are going to call vmax, and after the equals to sign, we'll make use of the Python inbuilt method max, and within its brackets we'll pass li, which is our given list. Now within the function only, we are going to print the value of this variable v underscore max. So within print, we'll write the largest number in curly braces is curly braces, and within format we'll pass li first and then v underscore max. And finally, we are going to make a call to this function f underscore max from within the main function. So we'll write fmax and pass this list li created using this whole operation as its parameter. Okay. And now let's run the program and check the output. Alright, so it is asking me to enter the number of elements of the list. Let me enter 5 elements. Okay, and it's asking me to enter the first element, so let it be 4. Then I'm going to enter 3 and 7, 11, 2. Now out of these elements, 11 is the largest. So let's see if the program prints 11 as the largest number or not. And it says the largest number in this list containing these elements is 11. So the program, the first method to find the largest number in a list, is working fine. The second method is also a simple one, in which we are going to sort the list first in ascending order and then pick out the last element of the list. For that, we are going to define another function. We'll call it f underscore asc, and this function is also going to accept one argument, which will be our list li. We are going to use the Python built-in function sort for it. Lists are mutable, so calling the sort function on a list is going to sort the existing list permanently. Therefore, it will be li dot sort. Okay. This line of code is going to sort the list li, which the function is receiving as its argument. And now we are simply going to display the last element of the list, and that will be the largest number of the list. Thus, within print, we will write the largest number in curly braces is curly braces. And to make this output distinct from the output of this function, we are going to add within brackets in this message using sort function. All right. And then within format, we are going to first pass the list, and then we are going to pass the last element of the list, and that we can do using li within square brackets -1. And finally, from the body of the main function, we are going to call this function f underscore asc, and we will pass the list within its brackets. Now let's run the program and check the output. Okay, so it is asking me to enter the number of elements of the list. Let me enter 5 elements again, and let me enter some elements. So 15 will be the first one, 11 the second, 2 the third, 34 the fourth, and 19 will be the last element. I expect that the program will print the 34 because it is the largest element. And there you go. Using both the methods, the program says that the largest number in this list is 34. So both the methods are giving the correct answer. They are working pretty fine. The third method to find the largest number in a list is the conventional method, in which we'll use a for loop that is going to run over the elements of the list. So if we'll write a function again, it will be def f underscore for is the name that I am giving to this function, and this is also going to accept the list. All right. Now within the body of this function, we are going to declare a variable v underscore max, and we are going to initialize it to the first element of the list. So it will be li within square brackets 0. Okay. Now we'll write a for loop. So it will be for I in li. Simple. This for loop is going to run over all the elements of the list. Within the for loop, we are going to write if, and as its condition, we are going to write I greater than v underscore max. If the list element I is greater than the value of v underscore max, then we are going to update the value of v underscore max with I. That's it. So if this is our list, then at the start v underscore max will be 3 because it's the first element of the list. In the first iteration of the for loop, I will be 3 and 3 will be compared against 3 because both I and v underscore max are 3. So v underscore max won't be updated because 3 is not greater than 3. And that's the condition we have set here. In the second iteration of the for loop, I will become 4. And since 4 is greater than 3, that means I is greater than the value of v underscore max. Hence v underscore max will now become 3. All right. In the last iteration, that means the third iteration of the for loop, I will become 1, and since I is not greater than v underscore max in the third iteration, hence v underscore max is going to stay as 4. And thus after all the iterations of the for loop, we'll get the maximum element as 4, which is indeed the maximum element, which is indeed the largest element of this list. So this is how this method is going to work. The final step will be to print the value of the variable v underscore max. So I'm going to copy and paste this line of code over here because that is going to reduce my effort to a large extent. Only change that I'm going to make will be in this message, where I will be writing using for loop to make the output distinct. Also within the body of the main function, I am going to call f underscore for and pass list as its parameter. That's it. The program is ready to run again. So let's run the program and check the output. So it is asking me to enter the number of elements again. Let me enter 6 elements this time. Let the first element be 1, second element be 4, third element again be 4, and let me enter 8 as the fourth element, 7 as the fifth element, and 2 as the sixth element. Okay, so 8 is the largest element that we can see, and all three methods should return 8. And you can see on the screen that all three methods are returning the largest number of the list that we have created as 8. So all three methods are working fine and are giving the same solution. Hence we can say that we have coded the right Python program to find the largest number in a list. This concludes this video. I hope you enjoyed learning all three methods to find the largest number in a list. Do let me know your doubts in the comment section. I'll see you in the next video of Joey's Tech. Goodbye and take very good care of yourself.